Hey, welcome everyone to Stock Wisdom and Tips, stock channel that combines education and stock tips in one place. Please support our channel by hitting the like and subscribe button so we can continue making great content for all of you and help you with your investing performance. So today's video will look at the winners and losers of the Standard & Poor's 500 index, also referred to as the S&P 500. And this index, of course, tracks the stock performance of the 500 largest companies listed on the stock exchanges in the US. It really is one of the most commonly followed equity indices, and all money managers are evaluated on their performance relative to the S&P 500 index's performance. So if one had a good year, so to speak, as a money manager, it typically means they beat the S&P 500's performance. By the way, it returned negative 19% last year. So pretty bad year. And so if you did worse than the S&P 500, then you didn't have a great performance as a money manager that year. Now, as you know, in the last video, we looked at the losers of the Dow, winners as well, but essentially this exercise follows up on that. And very important that we repeat the following. Understanding the best performers in an index and why they were the best can help you predict future strong performers. And similarly, knowing the worst performers can help you gauge if a turnaround is likely. And if that potential is high, whatever the reason could be, right? Macroeconomic environment has changed, their industry has changed, competitor has disappeared, could be any reason. But understanding those losers could be a good opportunity to pick one or two for a turnaround, maybe this year or the year after. So let's get right to it. Obviously, we see the top 10 winners here. Occidental Petroleum came in at number one in 2022 with 117.3% gain, followed by Hess and Marathon Petroleum. Really, no surprise here with these names. The energy sector was the leading gainer in the S&P in 2022. It returned 59%. The second closest sector was utilities, and utilities returned negative 1%. So the worst sector was communication services at negative 40%. So, huge disparity in the different sectors. And, as I mentioned, the S&P 500 returned negative 19 last year. Energy returned 59%. So you can do the math how strong energy was, and no surprise here, 9 out of the 10 are in the energy sector. What is interesting is First Solar, the one non-energy company, it produced most of its gain in the last 4 or 5 months of the year since July. So the story there is, you don't have to hold any of these names for the entire year. Some of them, go on runs that last just a few months, and First Solar is one example. Let's take a look on the loser side of things. Number one coming in is Generic Holdings, leading the charge. They're a smaller company, I think something around $6-7 billion market cap, and a smaller company that sells power generation equipment. Match Group was number two. They're pretty well known. They do the dating sites. They have several sites such as Tinder and Match, and there was one other that I forgot. Plenty of Fish. There we go. I think they've got 6 or 7 sites. Lion Technology is number three. Going down the list, some very popular names such as Tesla, Meta, also known as Facebook, and then PayPal as well, another big technology company. Signature Bank is an interesting one. This is a really strong bank, founded in 2001. A really, really young bank compared to those others that have been around for decades. It had grown quite significantly since its founding, They really got hurt last year due to the company's digital currency services business. And we all know it was a very, very ugly year for crypto. So we see Signature, probably SVB as well, suffering greatly because of that. So here's the $1 million question, right? Which name do we think, according to Stock Wisdom Tip, is prime for a turnaround? And we believe, without a doubt, number 3 on the list here, Align Technology, is an excellent potential for a major turnaround in 2023. And the main reason is China. China should be fully open finally post-pandemic in 2023. Many industries are going to, thrive and come back. And China represents a huge market for Align Technology. And Align has actually been a very, very strong stock in the last 6-7 years. Take a look at the charts. It's grown tremendously. It's really a new market for their products. But we think 2023 can be very, very positive for Align Technology for the reasons we gave. So, well, there you have it. The winners and the losers of the S&P 500 in 2022. We hope this was informative. Another piece of advice: try to follow these, month in, month out. These charts, these performers. Again, it'll be telltale signs of things that are working well and things that are working not so well, but are perhaps potentials for a turnaround. This was Stock Wisdom Tips. Wishing you all financial success. Thank you.